When I'm trying to pull into a bus stop safely, I've got the overhang of my vehicle trying to get levelled up, and you've got 30 or 40 children all trying to get on at the same time. They're pushing in front of the bus, and my concern is one of them's going to go under the wheel.
If there's like a lot of people on the bus already, then people sometimes like push to try and sit down, but it can cause a bit of a squash.
I'm trying to concentrate on what everyone else is doing on the road and where I'm going, and trying to drive safely, and when my attention's distracted, things go bad and can cause accidents.
Because if you're doing something wrong and he like turns down, you could have an accident as well, something like that.
If you muck around on buses or trams and don't pay attention to your surroundings, you might find yourself getting hurt, or at the very least embarrassed. Stay still when the bus is moving and walk slowly when you're getting on and off.
The worst type I've seen is when they trying to get off through the emergency doors, and you may be just about to start moving or coming out for a stop, or they just run off the bus and run off in front, and you think, well, if anything come in, could have killed them.
Consequences for children: they can harm themselves, they can harm each other. If worse comes to worse, they could end up even being arrested by police for misbehaving on bus.
My school bus, it isn't any mainline, but that's a really bad bus because everyone's throwing 2Ps at your back of your head and smoking everywhere, and that's horrible.
Smoking is illegal on all public transport, and it's dangerous too. It's a fire hazard, a danger to anyone with asthma or other respiratory conditions, and the smoke and ash damage the vehicle, resulting in more costly repairs. Oh, and it's nowhere near as cool as you think it is, but that's another story.
My friends just went in and they smelt really bad, and all the mums thought that they'd been smoking.
You have people burning seats and chucking rubbish on floor, but there's bins on buses, you can use them as well.
Let's have a look at that.
Now, here's something that's really easy to prevent.
Boy, hey, what have you done?
Littering is bad for the environment,
You shouldn't have put it on floor.
unhealthy and unsafe. Use the bins on the buses, or keep your rubbish with you until you come off the bus, tram or train.
You'll get teenage kids sat on the back of buses and graffitiing and throwing stuff and littering on the back of the buses, and it does make you feel a bit wary about who's behind you and what's happening.
I think a lot of people don't appreciate just how badly some children will behave on a vehicle. Seats can be pulled out and thrown out the windows, windows are being smashed, objects are being thrown, drivers are being grabbed even whilst the bus is in motion, emergency doors are being opened, the bell being rung all the time, absolutely disgraceful language, and physical threats and actual violence against the driver and other passengers.
Damage and vandalism, that's the only thing I think that puts me off going on buses, because if you sit nearest the back, then there's all big bins and bucket seats and that.
I mean, we had an incident just before they broke up, and they broke the windows on the buses, you know. Well, you can't expect a driver to put up with that sort of trouble, can you? In fact, I got off them because it was frightening. I walked the rest of the way home.
When I was on tram once, these kids took the rock at window and it smashed it. If you were near the window then, it could have cut you or something.
It annoys me really. I mean, you know, you're doing a service to help people, and then, you know, we end up terminating service because you've got to smash window and letting people down further on the route.
This is obviously a bad move. Not only have we caught the thief on camera, the damaged shelter window will only make life more difficult for all of the passengers who use our public transport. Just think about the danger broken glass presents, especially to children and animals. Not enough people realise the extent to which destructive behaviour can affect them. There are a lot more consequences than you might think, for you, your friends and your family.
Hello.
Hi there. 90 please.
I'm afraid it's gone up again this week. It's £1 now.
What? That's the third fare rise this year. I was already amazed in January when it went up to 80. Why is this happening?
Well, if you look across there, there's one of the reasons now.
Destructive behaviour causes all kinds of problems. It not only makes your fare rise, it's just plain wrong. In fact, it's a criminal offence. You can get into serious trouble damaging buses, trams, shelters and other property. If we work together, we can stop the small minority that tend to ruin it for everybody.